again. Now, we all know how inventive the children's programme Blue Peter is, so it's no surprise that one of their best-known presenters was a dab hand with washing up bottles and sticky-back plastic, as he was previously a time traveller in the TARDIS on a real Doctor Who adventure. The presenter in question is with us now. Welcome, Peter Purves. Peter, how did you get into Doctor Who?
Oh, crikey, it's too long a story to tell. The end of it is that I was in Doctor Who as playing a small part as a hillbilly whose name completely has gone out of my head. I was on tour visiting the Empire State Building in New York, and the Daleks arrived pursuing Doctor Who, charged around the place and left. And at the end of the recording, the producer Verity Lambert and the writer Dennis Spooner came on the floor and said, would I like to go and have a drink with them? And I went over and they said, look, you know that William and Jacqueline are leaving in 3 weeks. Would you be interested in taking over? And that was the first, it was mooted, the first I'd heard of it, and I took over.
So you joined as Stephen Turner. And
Stephen Taylor.
Stephen Taylor,
yeah,
sorry, yes.
Yeah.
And you then teamed up with William Hartnell. What was it like to work with him?
Oh, it was great fun. I mean, Bill was, a super pro, and he was good fun. He became a very good friend, actually. We used to go out and have meals occasionally. And he taught me to try and do things a bit small. I was a big actor, you know. Television is really quite confined, and he used to make the point that, you know, his hands he'd hold them here, because if they're down there and he's in close-up, you can't see him. So he'd have them there, and if he did a gesture, he wouldn't do that. His gesture would be there. And it was sort of neat little things. I haven't actually learned anything. I still do things big, but I mean, he was right.
So all the things we think of as his kind of characteristics were actually careful acting.
He was very precise. I mean, he wasn't always good at remembering his lines, bless his heart, but he was very precise. He knew precisely what he was doing.
So did that stand you in good stead when it came to applying for a job on Blue Peter?
Not at all, no. Absolutely no advantage whatsoever. The hardest thing, well, I mean, I was an actor, I always consider myself an actor. The hardest thing about presenting is to forget the acting side. You have to actually be yourself and not put anything on as a characterization. And I find it very difficult.
So when the kids see you these days, are you best remembered for Blue Peter or Doctor Who?
I think they've all forgotten me now, haven't they?
I
kids.
don't think they've forgotten you
I think
at all.
probably Blue Peter. Probably Blue Peter.
Oh, well, we remember you for Doctor Who anyway. Over to John, who remembers everyone on Blue Peter and Doctor Who.
I do indeed. Peter was just one of the many companions who accompanied the Doctor on his adventures. There used to be something of a joke around the studio, suggesting that the companions had very little to do except say, "What do we do next, Doctor?" or alternatively simply scream. Well, here's a selection of tense moments faced by the companions over the years.